Guys, it's Brian here. I just want to talk about the GOP debate that happened last night. So the debate has still not been uploaded on YouTube yet, so I'm not able to record it just yet. Once it's uploaded, I promise I will. Oh, but since we can't do that, I decided I'm going to get some clips, some of my favorite clips, and some clips that stood out to me, and we're going to talk about them. I'm also going to talk about other stuff that happened in the debate, so let's get right into it, guys. Alright, skip this ad, and let's play this. Alright, guys. Alright, get back. Alright, this is, I guess I should, no, we'll start at this. This is, a little bit into the debate, but this is on foreign policy, talking about the Ukraine war. Barack Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley had this little exchange. I'm gonna play this for you guys.
30 seconds is 30 seconds. Mr. Ramaswamy, you were mentioned, you get 30 seconds.
So the reality is that today, Ukraine
excuse me, sorry.
is not a priority for the United States of America.
I'm gonna run that. Sorry, I see
30
you guys.
seconds is 30 seconds. Mr. Ramaswamy, you were mentioned, you get 30 seconds.
So the reality is that today, Ukraine is not a priority for the United States of America. And
Okay, guys. So Barack Ramaswamy said a lot of idiotic things after this debate, but this is his only good point. If Putin does take Ukraine, it's not a true threat to us. It's really not. Am I encouraging that? No, I don't think we should just let Putin take it. I don't think we should be buying weapons for Ukraine or giving us some of our weapons for defense or money to Ukraine. And the way I think you end the Ukraine war is through negotiation, but then also you need a president like Ronald Reagan who will say, hey, how Ronald Reagan said to Gorbachev, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. You need a president that will say, Vladimir Putin, end this war. That's what you need. No matter how many guns you give Ukraine, how much money, it's not going to end. So, I mean, if Russia does take Ukraine, it's not, at what it looks like right now, it's not going to be a huge threat to the United States, but still, the way to end the Ukraine war is through negotiations. It's not through money or weapons, it's through negotiations. So I just want to say, it's not a threat if he does take it, and Vladimir Putin is a terrible person. I'm not saying he should take it. I'm totally on Ukraine's side. But if he were to take it, it would not be a threat to us. But you know, Vladimir Putin, I'm just going to say this in the video, is a scumbag for hurting people over there, and hurting and killing people and damaging property and stuff. He's a scumbag, and he's a thug. But, you know, the best way to end the Ukraine war is to negotiate. I just want to say that. So Barack Ramaswamy actually is right about this. He's not right because he just wants to let him take it. He wouldn't negotiate with him. I would try to negotiate. I'd put fear in it. I would cut off their supply chain to make their economy crash, and I'd put fear into Putin. That's what I'd do. Alright, guys. Sorry that I had that little rant there. Back into the debate.
And I think that the same people who took us into the Iraq War, the same people who took us into the Vietnam War.
This is true. The Iraq War and the Vietnam War, they said that there's these threats to democracy and stuff, and there's these threats to our country, and neither one of them were. They were all big hoax. I mean, Ramaswamy, he basically makes no points, but on that, he does have a very good point.
You cannot start another no-win war.
It's true. Cannot start another no-win war, so he's very right about that. I don't agree with him on anything else, but that I do.
And I do not want to get to the point where we're sending our military resources abroad when we could be better using them here at home to protect our own borders, protect the homeland. All right, that will be my top priority for policy.
We gave you
protect
more than
this
the 30
homeland.
seconds in the rebut. So I do want to get to some other people because everybody, we respect everybody's time here. So, Governor Haley, you did not raise your hand, meaning that you would support more funding for the Ukraine war. You have said of Governor DeSantis that you didn't appreciate it when he initially called it a territorial dispute.
That's damn right. It's not a territorial dispute.
Why?
It's a power grab by Putin. It's not a territorial dispute.
First of all, the American president needs to have moral clarity. They need to know the difference between right and wrong. They need to know the difference between good and evil. When you look at the situation with Russia and Ukraine, here you have a pro-American country that was invaded.
True. Listen, I'm not saying we should support Ukraine financially or with weapons and stuff. I think we should be like what he said. We should be securing our own borders here and using the money on our own people, using money on us because we have problems of our own. But still, you know, Vladimir Putin's a terrible person. I mean, what he's having the soldiers do to people over there. Chris Christie talked about this even earlier in the debate. He's having his soldiers gouge men's eyes out and then go in and rape the women and stuff and kill pets and stuff. He's a sick man, and he is an evil person. But like what I'm saying, how many weapons you give, how much money you give, even if you'd send troops over there, it's not going to fix it. The way to do this is to scare Putin, to cut off their supply chain, to where their economy crashes in Russia, and then to scare Putin, to have a verbal president. Because I guarantee you, if you had a tough president, and like a Ronald Reagan type president or something, or even a Richard Nixon type president, who's yes corrupt but still strong, you wouldn't have had that happen. It only happened because Biden's a weak president and Putin's not afraid of Biden. You need a U.S. president that Putin is afraid of and that Putin's willing to negotiate with as well. Just want to say that.
By a thug. So when you want to talk about what has been given to Ukraine, less than 3.5% of our defense budget.
Okay, it's true. It's not the very much money that's been dedicated of our defense budget, but still, that money could be here trying to fix our healthcare system, trying to fix our drug epidemic, trying to fix the low wages in this country, trying to fix inflation, stuff like that. That's what that money could be being spent on. Why are we helping another country out? Listen, I understand, and Putin's evil, and he's attacking a pro-American democracy country, but still, it's wrong.
Budget has been given to Ukraine.
Verbal is the way you're going to end the war.
If you
Sorry, I keep repeating myself.
look at the percentages per GDP, 11 of the European countries have given more than the U.S. But what's really important is go back to when China and Russia held hands, shook hands before the Olympics, and named themselves unlimited partners. A win for Russia is a win for China. We have to know that. Ukraine is the first line of defense for us. And the problem that Vivek doesn't understand is he wants to hand Ukraine to Russia. He wants to let China eat Taiwan. He wants to go and stop funding Israel. You don't do that to friends. What you do instead is you have the backs of your friends. Ukraine is the front line of defense. Putin has said once Russia takes Ukraine, Poland and the Baltics are next. That's a world war. We're trying to prevent war. Look at what Putin did today. He killed Prigozhin. When I was at the UN, the Russian ambassador suddenly died. This guy is a murderer, and you are choosing a murderer over a one American
First of all, Mr. Ramaswamy, you have 30 seconds. Mr. DeSantis, Governor
Nikki, I
DeSantis,
wish you well in your future career on the boards of Lockheed and Raytheon.
No, I'm not on
But the fact of the matter,
Raytheon, and you know,
Boeing
you
came off of it, but you've been pushing this line.
I mean, that is true. She is bought and paid for by Boeing. Look up the Trailwood story, South Carolina, Nikki Haley.
You've been pushing this line all week,
You want
Nikki.
to go and defund Israel? You want to
Okay,
get
let me
tough
address
on
that.
China?
I'm glad you brought that up.
You want to go and
I'm going to address each of those right now. This is the false lies of a professional politician. There we have it.
Your watch,
So the
you will
reality
make
is,
America less than you have no foreign policy experience, and it shows.
and you know what?
I mean, she told him, but I don't really agree with what she's saying, but she did tell him about himself. I don't like Nikki Haley at all. Look, after what she did to Angry Grandpa. But still, she did tell him about himself. Just gonna put that out there. She just owned Mr. Ramaswamy. Let's get back to the clip.
Stand on their own 2 feet. So I will lead Abraham Accords 2.0. I will partner with Israel to make sure Iran never is nuclear armed. But you know what I love about Israel? And I've been there probably in the last 10 years more than most people on this stage. You know what I love about them? I love their border policies. I love their tough on crime policies. I love that they have a national identity and an iron dome to protect their homeland. And so yes, I want to learn from the friends that we're supporting. And what puzzles me is, I want to learn from those and apply those to protect our homeland.
Israel
That is
needs
the answer.
America. America needs Israel.
Okay,
They
Governor
are the front
DeSantis,
line of
Governor
defense.
DeSantis.
That's that clip, guys. I'll talk about it more at the end. I'm gonna get to the next clip. All right, guys. Here we go. This is now Barack Ramaswamy was right in that clip about the war, but he's a total idiot in this clip about climate change. So let's go right into it, guys.
Polls consistently show that young people's #1 issue is climate change. How will you, as both President of the United States and leader of the Republican Party, calm their fears that the Republican Party doesn't care about climate change?
So we want to start on this with a show of hands. Do you believe in human behavior is causing climate change? Raise your hand if you do.
Look, we're not school children. Let's have the debate. I mean, I'm happy to take it to start.
Okay.
So do you want to raise your
Okay, that right there is trying to get clear of themselves because DeSantis doesn't want to raise his hand because he knows he could hurt himself if he says he does. He also hurt himself if he said he doesn't. So yeah, that's just trying to get off the question. It's a simple yes, no, raise your hand, and if you believe it, raise your hand. If you don't believe it, don't raise your hand. It's simple. So that's Ron DeSantis trying to go around the answers there. Politicianing the people. Very scripted, by the way. I've never seen a candidate. I thought Marco Rubio, in 2016 was scripted, but Ron DeSantis, this debate, he was all scripted. You could tell This is all written by his secretaries and his advisors. None of this was written by him. All scripted.
I don't think that's the way to do. So let me just say to Alexander this. First of all, one of the reasons our country's declined is because of the way the corporate media treats Republicans versus Democrats. Biden was on the beach while those people...
Okay, let me just say this. Okay, it is true. The media does treat Democrats better. But the question had nothing to do with the media or Biden. The question was, do you believe climate change is real? Well, that was the question. The climate change is man-made. That was the question, and DeSantis is going around it politicianing it. He's trying to say something else, trying to go on a different topic to try to go around the question. So that's a politician right there, guys. That is a politician.
People were suffering. He was asked about it. He said, no comment. Are you kidding me? As somebody that's handled disasters in Florida, you got to be activated. You got to be there. You got to be present. You got to be helping people who are doing this. And here's the deal.
So, is that a yes? Or is that a yes? Is that a hand raise?
You do not.
I think it was a hand raise for him, and it's my answer in my pocket.
No,
Because the
I
climate change agenda
didn't
is a
raise a
hoax.
hand.
Let us be honest as Republicans. I'm the only person on the stage who isn't bought and paid for, so I can say this. The climate change agenda is a hoax. The climate change agenda is a hoax.
False. He just told two lies. I mean, one, he's very bought and paid for. So let me just say something, guys. Him saying the climate change agenda is a hoax is just such a lie. 100% of the world, old scientists and experts on this, believe it's real. 100% of the world's philosophers believe it's real as well. And 98.5% of both believe that it is man-made. So that right there is false. And if I was on that stage, I don't know. If Jesse Ventura was on that stage, he would rip him apart on that. Yeah. Let him debate Jesse Ventura, Ralph Nader, or Al Gore. Let him own him. You guys, back to the debate. Yeah, he's getting booed because it's totally false for him to say that. And yes, all politicians that are Democrats or Republicans are bought and paid for. I just want to put that out there.
The reality is, the anti-carbon agenda is the wet blanket on our economy. And so the reality is, more people are dying of bad climate change policies than they are of
That is totally not true.
actual climate change.
Mudslides that are getting worse, wildfires, ocean levels rising. I wanted to take a little trip down to North Wildwood, New Jersey, and you can see the sea levels rising. But they have to close off part of the beach because it's nothing but water down there. So just let me fact you in on that. It's coming to the state of Pennsylvania. It did not snow at all last year. It flurried a little bit. It always snows. It didn't snow once. So let me say that to Varek Ramaswamy. I'm so young. I'm so rich. I'm so smart. You're not, because you're an idiot to say that. That's politically motivated right there. He's trying to get far, far left conservatives. Okay, you might do well in South Carolina or deep red state in the primary, but in a general election, you really think running on the thing that climate change is a down hoax? Folks, you're going to win like that? You're going to get independent states and flip liberal states? I doubt it. Best part's coming up, guys.
Listen. Wait, hold on.
I've had enough already tonight of a guy who sounds like ChatGPT.
It's true. I mean, Varek Ramaswamy sounds like ChatGPT. He sounds like a damn robot. Like he's all scripted. Him and DeSantis.
Standing up here. And the last person in one of these debates, Brett, who stood in the middle of the stage and said, what's a skinny guy with an odd last name doing up here, was Barack Obama, and I'm afraid we're dealing with the same type of amateur.
Okay, that right there. I mean, Chris Christie did just own him. Good for him for calling him out. Oh, but you know, that Barack Obama comment was simply just to get Republicans to cheer for him. See, hear how many people are cheering and hear how many people are booing at the same time. It's such a diverse audience. And then him saying, "Oh, give me a hug," that's just trying to get some cheers. How do you elect Obama? He didn't endorse him either time or vote for him.
Hold on.
Because he showed leadership during a hurricane, invited Obama there to help. So, yeah. Just saying. That Varek Ramaswamy is so radical. Well, yeah. Varek Ramaswamy is all about the speeches and who can cheer for him, what attention can he get. You know, if I could compare him to one of the Democrats that ran in 2020, I'd compare him to Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg is not about getting stuff done, not about real ideas. All he is about getting some attention from the media, getting some cheers in the audience. That's all he's about, getting talked about in the news. That's all Varek Ramaswamy's about. You have your Republican, Pete Buttigieg.
Did you respond? Are you
So, Brett, what I would like to say is the fact that I think this is exactly why Margaret Thatcher said, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman.
That right there is vote shopping, trying to get women's approval. Alright, you see, this is where woke comes in. That was a very woke comment coming from a Republican. And imagine if a man would have said that in reverse. Yes, I know that's a statement, but imagine if a man would have said that in reverse. He would have been called a sexist, a prejudiced, an anti-woman person. That right there is sexist. That is sexist to me. And if I would have been on the debate stage, I would have brought that up. As should have all these other chickens on the stage.
First of all, we do care about clean air, clean water. We want to see that taken care of. But there's a right way to do it. And the right way to do it is, first of all, yes, is climate change real? Yes, it is. But if you want to go and really change the environment, then we need to start telling China and India that they have to lower their emissions.
Okay, that is true, guys. Not that she'd do anything about it. She's very corrupt, but yes, it's true. China and India and countries, China, India, Mexico, Japan pollute way more than we do. They put way much carbon emissions than we do in the air, and yeah, so you got to work with them to get their numbers down. Alright, guys, I'm not gonna finish that. It's not really important. Go to the next clip, guys. This is once again Ramaswamy. He's been involved in all these, arguing with Mike Pence. Mike Pence actually did well in the debate last night.
I'm not sure I exactly understood Mike Pence's comment, but I'll let you all parse that out. For me, it's pretty simple. That's something a U.S. president can do with focus, and I'll deliver on it.
Well, let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you, if I can. I'll go slower this time. Now is not the time for on-the-job training. We don't need to...
Okay, that's true. I'm all about outsiders going on the state level and local level. But for president, I've said you need to have some sort of leadership experience, either be military or governor or mayor. But Mike Pence is kind of hypocritical saying that. I'm not defending Ramaswamy because he's very inexperienced, but Mike Pence stood by Donald Trump for 4 years, and Donald Trump had no experience either. I mean, he only stood to Donald Trump once. That was January 6th. The rest of the time, he kissed his ass. So I'm just saying. And guys, this is he's very right, but it's very hypocritical at the same time.
We need to bring in a rookie. We don't need to bring in people without experience.
Listen, now that everybody's gotten their memorized, pre-prepared slogans out of the way, we can actually have a real discussion now. The reality and the fact of the matter is...
Was that one of yours?
Not really, Mike, actually. We're just going to have some fun tonight. And the reality is, you have a bunch of people, professional politicians, super PAC puppets, following slogans handed over to them by their 400-page super PACs last week.
Okay, that's it, guys. That's just him and Mike Pence going at each other. It's kind of stupid, but I just decided to include that in there. Two idiots to me. Mike Pence a little bit better. Alright, let's play this Doug Burgum clip. I don't agree with Doug Burgum on majority of things. I think that he's really not the best candidate, but yeah, I'm going to play this clip because I really agree with what he said.
Did overturn Roe v. Wade. And the result of that decision was that it went back to states. So that's where it is right now. So as I understand it, you are not in favor of a federal ban. What do you say about the states, there's about 5 of them, including New Jersey, I think a few others, that allow abortion up until the time of birth, though? If you were president, would you...
Okay. I don't consider myself to be pro-choice or pro-life. I'm probably more so pro-choice. I'm pro-common sense. I don't support either radical things. I don't support states like California or New Jersey or New York that have allowed abortion up to 9 months. I think that's totally wrong. I think it's murder. It very rarely happens, but the fact that that's allowed, I think it's murder. I also don't agree with states like Texas or Alabama that have outlawed it totally on any situation. I don't agree with either of the statement. But I still do believe it's a state issue. It's the best way to, as a pro-common sense person, I say it's a state issue. Either you're pro-common sense, pro-choice, pro-life, whatever, leave it to the states. I think it's an insult to any pro-common sense person, any pro-life person, or any pro-choice person, and to make a federal law on it. The problem with Roe v. Wade was it forced every state to have to abide and allow abortion. So you could have a state, like let's say Alabama, where 99.5% of the citizens and want abortion outlawed. They don't support abortion at all unless a woman's life's at risk, and less than 1% of the citizens do. Oh, that less than 1% of the citizens are dominating all the rest of the citizens in the state. They cannot put it on the ballot and vote on nothing. So yeah, that's why Roe v. Wade was wrong. So making a federal abortion ban would also be wrong. It would take state and local communities' powers away. Hey, all right, guys, I just want to get back to the debate. Let's finish the clip out. Sorry.
Would you be able to abide that?
Well, first of all, I'm a pro-life governor of a very pro-life state. And this issue is, of course, very important. But I am on the record, and I stand behind that we should not have a federal abortion ban. We should not. And the
Damn right.
reason why we shouldn't is very simple. It's the 10th Amendment in the Constitution. In the Constitution, which the states created the federal government, not the other way around.
Very true. There's nothing about that in the Constitution or the amendments. So, anything that's not in the Constitution or the amendments is left to the states. So, we should leave it to the states.
It says that there were certain duties allowed to the federal government, delegated to them by the states. The rest are left.
It's really, guys, all a matter of opinion. I mean, in my state, the people here are more so pro-choice. It's one of the main reasons why Doug Mastriano lost governor's race. So you have states like Pennsylvania and New Jersey and California and stuff, and Massachusetts, we're pro-choice. But then you have states like Florida, Texas, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, that are extremely pro-life. So, I mean, it's a matter of opinion. There should be no federal laws on it. I'm sorry.
To the states, comma, more importantly, or to the people. We need to get back to freedom and liberty for the people in this country. And we can't have Republicans who fight for 50 years for this great cause and to return it back to the states, and then the next day they turn around and go, no, the feds should do that, because the feds are stepping into people's lives, they're stepping into people's businesses over and over. If we say that the feds should be in on this one, where do we stop? I say that we follow the Constitution, and this is return to the states. This is where it should be.
But Governor Berger, you signed a 6-week ban. You signed.
Yeah, he's damn right about that. Listen, guys, this is a voting thing. Whether you're pro-choice, pro-life, pro in the middle, whatever, whether you don't care, this is a way to get people out to vote. In these states, if you're in a state where you can put something on the ballot, you can have this put. You guys can go out and get signatures and stuff, raise money, and get it put on the ballot and get it voted on. Or you can decide the governor and which party controls the House and stuff, the state Senate, state House, state legislature, whatever. You guys can decide this, and make your decision up. Yeah, where in the federal government you can't really do that. You guys can do this though. Each state to state. So I mean, pro-choice, pro-life, whatever. I mean, yeah. So I'm just saying, guys, this is up to you people. Listen, I consider myself to be pro-common sense because I think there's ways that you can be pro-life without taking away the rights of a woman. I also think there's ways you can you can be pro-choice without killing the life of, allowing murder of the life of an innocent child. I just think there's common sense measurements. To give you guys my straight opinion, I think she should be able to have access to an abortion if it's an underage pregnancy, if her life is at risk, if it's incest, or if she knows the child is going to die, or if she's been raped. I think those are all perfect excuses to get an abortion. I mean, personally, I really don't care if it's early in the pregnancy, if she's a regular adult and it's not a bad situation. I really don't care if it's allowed, but, I don't see the harm in outlawing it. If it's just for that. I think it's radical to outlaw it totally. I also think it's radical to allow it up to 9 months. But abortion, to me, is a state issue, and I think that we need to pound that home to everyone in this country. Let's leave it to the states, and let's let the people of each state decide what they want. Motivate the people. They can either put it on the ballot if they want to, or they can decide the governor. They can decide which party controls their state Congress. Let's stop having the federal government involve itself. It's had control over it for too damn long. This is coming from a pro-choice person. Because there's a lot of pro-choice people that support state control. There's a lot of pro-life people. Let's leave it to the states. Alright, guys, this is the next clip here. This is the last clip.
But we are going to take a brief moment and talk about the elephant not in the room.
Former President Trump has been indicted in 4 different
Sounds like a lot of booze to me.
states on 91 counts. He will be processed tomorrow in Georgia at the Fulton County Jail for charges relating to the 2020 election loss.
You all signed a pledge to support the eventual Republican nominee. If former President Trump is convicted in a court of law, would you still support him as your party's choice? Please raise your hand if you would. Hold on. So just be clear, Governor Christie, you were kind of late to the game there, but you raised your hand?
No, I'm doing this. Look, I'm doing this.
And I know you didn't.
Well, no. Look, here's the bottom line. Someone's got to stop normalizing this conduct.
Exactly. Listen, the guy lost to Joe Biden. There's no voter fraud. He lost fair and square. The guy was impeached twice. He did not hold up any of the promises he's had. And worst of all, he tried overturning an election that was not stolen. He's got multiple criminal charges and criminal indictments. Let's stop normalizing this. He's the most hated politician in America. Why do Republicans, and even some independents, why do they continue to flaunt behind him? And he's a terrible, terrible candidate and a terrible person. You can get behind his views. There's a lot of other candidates have the same views as him. Stop normalizing this.
Okay? Now whether
A lot of people cheering and a lot of people booing.
or
That's what I
not,
said.
whether or not you believe that the criminal charges are right or wrong, the conduct is beneath the office of President of the United States.
Yeah, rather you believe that, you know, if he actually is guilty or if he's not guilty, whatever you believe, the charges and the conduct are below the office of president. What president out of our other, 44 presidents, 45 presidents, what out of them other 45 presidents has ever had, some have had allegations against them, but Richard Nixon was probably the closest. He didn't even get indicted in court, but has had multiple indictments and 2 impeachments, a lose, just criminal charges all against him. Who has ever had that in our history? None of our presidents have, whether they were good presidents or not.
States. And you know, this is the great thing about this country. Booing is allowed, but it doesn't change.
See, if I was in Chris Christie's position, I could say, you can boo all you want, but the fact is, Donald Trump he's been indicted multiple times, and he would lose to Joe Biden. That's what I would say.
It's the truth. It doesn't change the truth.
I like that. It doesn't change the truth. They can boo and scream Trump 2024, Trump's innocent, all they want. Chris Christie sucks. It's not going to change the truth. It's the truth matters, and the truth is the truth. No matter how much you boo, how much you cheer, whatever, the truth matters, and the truth is not going to change. You cannot change the truth.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe.
So, guys, yeah. There was actually another clip. I didn't show it. Barack Ramaswamy said that Donald Trump is the greatest president in the 21st century. That is simply not true. That is simply not true. I mean, you're going to tell me Donald Trump is better than Barack Obama. Barack Obama left with a 45% approval rating. Donald Trump left with a 24% approval rating. That was the course of 8 years, 45%. Donald Trump left with a 24% approval rating. And he was only president 1 term. So you're going to tell me that he's the greatest president in all U.S. history? Yeah, so guys, I will make the video on the debate, watching more clips of it, watching the actual debate. It's just not been uploaded to YouTube yet. But yeah, guys, to give you my opinion on who I thought won the debate, Mike Pence. I said this yesterday. I watched the debate again. It was on live TV again today. Mike Pence, I think, won the debate. I think he brought it. I think Barack Ramaswamy in the beginning did well, but then he started interrupting people. Yeah, so to me, Mike Pence won the debate. Alright, guys, let me know what you guys thought of the Republican debate and who you think won the debate. That's it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Before I forget to say, this is just my opinions, guys, so please don't be offended. Like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more, guys. Alright, guys, have a good day.